Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on January the 13th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So before we dive into what's coming up on Wednesday here, let's take a look at what's going on today. A lot of positive comments from across the board, essentially. So first of all, Fed being super optimistic, and they are basically looking at past the COVID, and basically positive comments from the Fed saying that the recovery, they're looking forward to the recovery post-COVID times. And also then another thing we have seen today is more positive sentiments and comments in regards to the stimulus package that the Biden government is going to put together, going to announce very soon. That has been very positive for the market. So we have seen basically the sentiment has been very bullish as a result of that as well. And then Bank of England essentially saying that they are not going to move towards negative rates, and that gave a British pound quite a lift. So all in all here, a lot of positive basically sentiment across the board. And then in terms of President Trump's the move to impeach President Trump, Mike Pence essentially said that he is not going to put that motion forward because this is not what we need at this point. So anyways, that is going to get blocked as well. So overall, the mood today, the sentiment was super bullish, and we have seen the stock markets go up as a result of that. So we're likely to see this kind of back and forth here leading into, so there's still concerns in regards to the to more some riots and stuff that can be expected prior to January 20th, when the power basically goes from President Trump to President Biden here. So that the threat is still there, but right now with all these positive comments that have been made by different candidates, essentially different people, Fed, Bank of England, and then Biden in regards to the big stimulus package that they are cooking up. So all in all, a very positive mood in the market. So all the problems that we saw yesterday seem to be forgotten at the moment. So expect this type of stuff leading into the January 20th, and I'm hoping starting next month things will settle down. Oh, also Fed said that another thing that Biden administration basically saying is they are going to push through the vaccination program, so more people will receive the vaccination. And this is where the Fed is very optimistic that with the rollout of vaccination, we are likely to see the recovery sooner rather than later. All right, so in terms of the data, we do have a whole bunch of data, but nothing majorly critical here. We do have ECB. So just like we saw comments or heard comments from Fed today and Bank of England, these comments do have an impact on the markets, and as we have seen today. So ECB will take a look if Lagarde, anything that she says will have an impact on the market. So watch out for that. We also have inflation numbers, the CPI numbers out of the US. At this point, I think it's more of a sentiment driven move. I don't think CPI or inflation is going to play a major role at this point. Once we are post-COVID, then these numbers will start having more of an impact. We do have more FOMC members here, and then we also have federal budget that is getting announced. So more Fed members. So if the basically the sentiment or the tone of their comments stays bullish, then we're likely to see the stock market go up again. So stock market goes up, we are going to see the US dollar drop. All right, so let's go on to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So euro was back into the support level, and now we have seen that bounce. And at this point, I would look for a move higher here towards 1.2250. So a couple of scenarios here. So right now, this could turn into a pullback, and then we could see actually a little bit higher perhaps. It may go into this level at 1.2265, and then it could drop from there. But once it crosses through that level, so this is one scenario. The other option is it goes all the way back into the top of the range. So price has been trading in this range right now. So right now, even though this is bouncing off, I'm neutral on this one till it passes the 1.2265 level. Then the next target would be 1.2340. So right now we are seeing the bounce off of that support level. And at this point, I would look for a bit of a move higher here into 1.2250 or 1.2265 level. And these are the two levels where I would look for a reaction. So a neutral to slightly bullish bias here back towards the middle of the range for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, huge move to the upside here with all that positive comments from Bank of England. So anytime the central bank says no cutting of rates, that is a positive sentiment. And that's a positive development for that particular currency. And this is what we are seeing here as well. So bias here is bullish. Now keep in mind we are right into this resistance here, and last time price was here it did turn around and go back down, but as we can see here overall it has been going up, and with the bullish engulfing candle close, once it gets through, then next target is 1.3760. so bullish bias here for pound dollar, just with caution though. Aussie dollar here, this one has also bounced off of the support level here. And at this point, we could see a move higher towards the top of the range. Now, even though everything is like the market seems to have forgotten all the problems, we're not out of the woods yet here. We could see this volatility in the market leading up to, I would say, leading up to the inauguration here on January 20th. So this is likely to continue. And then once that positive sentiment sets in with President Biden coming into power, that's when we're likely to see a switch. But for now, do expect some volatility in the markets. It's not a done deal yet. So right now, this is looking neutral to bullish here. I'm not completely bullish on it just yet. So we are likely to see a move towards the high though, and should it not go through, we are back. So it's still trading in a range, and this is where that neutral tone comes from. It is bullish, but it hasn't broken out through the top of the range. Once it does that, then we'll be looking for the next level higher. So bias is neutral here for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, this one here as well, price is basically still trading in a range here. It's been trading in a range for the last little while here. What I would look for here would be this resistance where price is currently at 0.7240. If it doesn't go through, then again, basically we'll be looking for a pullback, drop, pullback, and then we could see another drop. So that's something to watch out for. But once it goes through here, next target would be all the way into the high at 0.7310. So this one is also looking neutral. So basically all of these just going back and forth in the range right now, and it's been doing this for the last couple of weeks here. Dollar CAD, same thing here. Price couldn't hold above the resistance. Now we have a bearish candle close. So I would look for a retest of the low here at 1.2650. And then we may see a bounce back into the range again. So this has been range bound as well for the last couple of weeks here. So basically looking for a move within the range here. Let's take a look at the commodities here. Price wasn't able to break through the support 2 days in a row. It bounced off. So now it is looking bullish here. So silver holding on to the support. And in this case, we could see a move higher towards 26. And this is where we could see one of these. So watch out for this. This is an important support resistance level, and price struggled on at this level on the way down here before it dropped. Now we may see a similar pattern on the way up too. So watch out for that. But once it goes through, it still has that. Today it's bullish, so it could go through the 26th level, and the next target would be 26.60. So right now bias is bullish for silver. Gold here, gold as well, but gold is also into an important support resistance level. As we can see, this is where price struggled previously, and now that it's back into that level, we have to see if it fails here. It could go back down, but it does have bullishness. So next target here is 1885. So bias is bullish here with for gold, but a little bit caution is warranted though. Oil looking bullish, going back up with all that positive talk about economy doing well post-COVID, especially with all the sentiment around distribution of vaccine. This is a positive sign for oil. Next target would be 54.65, and then above that we're looking at 56.20. So bullish bias here for oil. Copper here, copper also doing a turnaround here. We have to be careful though, it's right into resistance at this point. So if it fails to go through 3.662 here, we could see a drop. So I would be careful with this type of a move because it could turn around here. So right now my bias is neutral on this one because we could just see price become range bound here. So once it goes through this 3.62 level, 3.69 is the next target, but watch out for this resistance. So right now neutral bias. Once we see which direction it wants to land on, then we can follow through with that trend. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin's been going back and forth. It did go pull back right into this pin that we had talked about. Right now, neutral bias, we could see price go and retest the 30,000 level once again. So that's the one to watch. But also watch out for the support at 32,400. If it doesn't go through, it could become range bound here, but it looks like it may push through here towards 30,180. So that's our target. S&P 500 still holding above the support level here. At this point, neutral bias still. I would take a look at the resistance here. If it doesn't go through, we are back down. So right now, it's bullish, but it's still sideways at the moment. So once it breaks the support or resistance, I should say, then we will look for that next leg higher, but doesn't look like maybe ready just yet. And leading into January 20th, or we are coming up into actually earnings season start here. So this is one of the reasons, but right now neutral bias for S&P 500. Next target is 3830, but then it may bounce lower. NASDAQ here, same thing. It's going sideways at the moment. If it holds below 13,000, then we could see that leg lower, but we're likely to see a range bound move here. So neutral bias for NASDAQ as well. Dow Jones here, this one as well, it's sideways at the moment. It's been going back and forth for the last several days, but it does look like it wants to go to the high once again, 13,250. That will be the next target. If it breaks out, then we're looking for another leg higher, but for now, a neutral to bullish bias for Dow Jones. DAX here hasn't really done much. We have two basically neutral candles here. Now, if it breaks through the support, then I will look for a move back towards the bottom of the range here. Right now, this is looking neutral as well. It looks like everybody's waiting for direction here. Our FTSE here, now this is pulling back. So when we have positive comments from the central bank in regards to not cutting rates, that is good for the currency, bad for the stock market. So this is why we saw that drop in FTSE. If the rates had been cut, that would have been good for FTSE and not that great for British pound. So in this case, this is a neutral to bearish. I would say we could see a drop back towards 66.80. But it has that slight negative bias, but not completely negative at this point. So neutral to bearish bias here, target is 66.80. And Nikkei here, Nikkei's been holding on to that support level here. As we can see, it didn't go through, and now looking bullish, looks like it wants to make another leg higher. So bias here is bullish. It's back into making all-time highs here, and next target here would be basically $29,000, 29,000. So bullish bias for Nikkei as well. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day. Watch out for volatility and the choppiness back and forth that we are seeing. So other than that, I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.